These new Mandela effects are going to make you question your reality. You guys know I love talking about Mandela effects. I think they never get old, okay? Whatever, call me crazy. But I truly love filming these videos for you guys, and you guys send me new Mandela effects literally all the time. So today we have some new Mandela effects for you that honestly just shocked me. Before we get into the Mandela effects, I want to thank Aura for sponsoring today's video. I've always been really cautious about like cybersecurity because my dad does that for a living. So honestly, I've always been kind of scared of the internet overall and like your data and all of that stuff, but Aura helps protect your data and make sure that everything is safe. Aura keeps you safe online by doing all of the hard work for you. They basically will identify any data brokers who are selling your information and submit to opt out requests on my behalf. I used to get spam calls and spam emails all the freaking time, and I will tell you, Aura helps with that. Give Aura just a few weeks and you'll stop seeing your information on these websites when you search yourself, and that will lead to less spam. Aura will also continue to monitor the dark web and alert me if they find that any of my personal information was exposed or is like breached. And it's also great because Aura is going to let you know very fast if anyone is trying to use this information to access your credit cards, your bank account, any of that stuff, which is obviously super important. And they also give you up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. The Aura app also has a VPN with over 100 plus virtual locations, and you can go to my link at aura.com/Platti to try 14 days for free, and that will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data has already been breached. So definitely go check them out. I feel like it's important, especially when I research all of these scary true crime cases and conspiracy theories. There's definitely a lot of data breaching going on, and you see it pop up in a lot of true crime cases, and it's pretty scary. So you just want to make sure that you're protected. So thank you again to Aura for sponsoring today's video. But without further ado, let's get into the Mandela effects. The first Mandela effect I want to talk about comes from Home Alone. There's another one. Yes, I can't believe I'm still fighting back the urge to literally scream over the other Home Alone Mandela effect. The fact that there is no line where Harry and Marv see Kevin run into the church and then they're like, I ain't going in there. That place gives me the creeps.
Maybe we're in the church.
I'm not going in there.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
The fact that he doesn't say that place gives me the creeps. I'm still not over that one, but this one is honestly pretty bad as well. So speaking of Harry and Marv, I feel like they keep changing, but I have never remembered Harry wearing a beanie. Literally ever. What the fuck is that? No. I swear he had like one of these type of hats. 100,000%. I saw someone make an edit of it because they also remember it this way. Please let me know, because that actually makes me feel insane. He was never wearing a fucking beanie. No. I need to know what you guys remember. If you're a Home Alone stan, let me know, because I've been watching that movie for like as long as I've existed, and I know for a fact that he was never wearing a beanie. There's just no way. There's no way. Speaking of Christmas movies, this is my all-time hated Christmas movie. I hate the movie Elf, and not even because I actually think it's a bad movie or a bad Christmas movie per se. It's actually just because whenever someone tells me that their favorite Christmas movie is Elf, I don't want to know you. I don't want to know you. You're fucking unfunny and weird. Sorry. And if you like Elf better than the Grinch, you should just go to hell now. Like, that's so sacrilege. Like, no. But anyway, contrary to popular belief, I have seen Elf quite a few times because obviously Zooey Deschanel's blonde in there. I want to see that. But anyway, I always remember Buddy's costume looking like this, like him having fur on his suit. There's no like full fur. What do you mean by that? Why do I remember the fur so well? Wrong. How could that be real? Please let me know if you are one of those freaks who loves Elf over the Grinch. Let us know. All right, the next Mandela effect is something that has been plaguing me for a while, because I don't even know that this is a Mandela effect or how I would describe this. But basically, I was listening to The Basement Yard, love those boys a lot, and they were talking about Demi Moore, and I used to be obsessed with Demi Moore. I had a doll of her, like a literal Barbie doll of Demi Moore. Why have I learned recently that her name has always been Demi Moore? Demi? No. It's always been Demi Moore, like Demi Lovato, Demi Moore. Please tell me what you remember, because this actually made me feel clinically insane. What do you fucking mean by that? No, I literally had a doll of her. A doll. I just know it was pronounced Demi. Dummy? I've literally never heard anyone say it like that, but I swear over the past like year-ish, I've heard everyone refer to her as Demi Moore instead of Demi Moore. And it's been driving me insane. Truthfully, I don't know how to deal with it because I hate that. Wrong. All right, the next Mandela effect is pretty crazy, and it's all about the Twilight Zone. So I always remember the intro to the Twilight Zone. Obviously, it's really like kind of eerie and creepy, but I always remember this one part at the end where they say, "You're now entering the Twilight Zone." 100,000%. I know those were the words. It's always been, "You've just crossed over to the Twilight Zone."
You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
This one pisses me off so much because I've seen merch, I've seen so many different references to this about people literally writing, "You're now entering the Twilight Zone." Like, there's no way that that wasn't what it was. Please, if you're a huge fan of this show, let me know what you remember because this one honestly made me feel crazy. All right, the next one is gonna sound small, but it's big in my heart. Gushers. I loved Gushers as a kid, and I just want to know why the logo has always had fruit Gushers in it like that. I've never seen that before. I've never seen the word fruit there. I swear it was always just Gushers, and I need to know if I'm alone on this, although I know I'm not because I saw a TikTok on it. But let me know what you guys remember because I 100% remember it just being Gushers. There was no fruit Gushers, and the way that it looks on the logo is so wrong. I hate it. I hate it. I think one of the craziest Mandela effects of all time, and I know we've talked about this before, is the fact that the Statue of Liberty, everybody remembers being on Ellis Island. 100,000%. I was born in New York. My whole family lives there. And we all remember the Statue of Liberty being on Ellis Island. It has its own island. It's called Liberty Island, and it's never been on Ellis Island. So what am I supposed to do with that information? Cry? Yes. But please let me know what you remember on that. And if you're a New Yorker, specify. Because I'm curious as to what other people from New York remember. Because there's no way. I know it was on Ellis Island. I know. Please send help. All right, the next Mandela effect is legit crazy. I had to Google this at least 3 times to verify that I didn't like imagine it. I always remember being taught as a child that you can see the Great Wall of China from outer space. Like that if you're an astronaut floating in space, you can look down on Earth and see the Great Wall of China. 100,000%. I was taught this in school. I know it. No, it's not a thing. You cannot see the Great Wall of China from outer space. There are some like satellite photos that can be taken where you can sort of see it, but like you can't see it to the naked eye, which I 100% thought was a thing. And I swear that we were taught that in school. Please let me know what you remember on that because that genuinely fucked me up. I literally had to Google that like 5 times because I couldn't believe it. There's no way. The next Mandela effect actually kind of drove me crazy because I don't like anything that messes with things that I loved as a child. Kool-Aid was one of them. I fucked up those Kool-Aid jammers. Loved those shits. I forgot about them. I should continue to forget about them actually. They probably literally just high fructose corn syrup and red 40. But they're so good. But anyway, the Kool-Aid man sounds so different now. It's actually insane. I always remember the Kool-Aid man having like a very deep voice when he goes, "Oh yeah." 100,000,000%. His voice sounds so wrong when you listen to it now.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that sounds kind of similar is when it's referenced on Family Guy. I'm like, that sounds more like the voice that I remember.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still like not deep enough to be the Kool-Aid man. Please tell me that you guys remember this as well because I honestly couldn't believe it when I heard it. I was like, they had to have changed the commercial. Wrong. They didn't. They didn't. Speaking of nostalgia, one of my favorite cereals as a kid was Trix. So I always thought that during my entire childhood, that Trix was shaped into the little fruit pieces. And I thought that as I got older, like when I entered high school, was when they switched to the spheres. Tell me why they took away the fruit in 2007. I mean, he barely had a sentient thought before 2007. What do you fucking mean? I remember the fruit shape so well, and I remember when they took it away, I was definitely like a teenager. 100,000%. Please let me know what you guys remember, especially if you're even younger. What do you fucking mean? And the worst part is they didn't bring them back, the fruit shape, until 2018. No. That was like yesterday. Genuinely, what the fuck do you mean? I'm honestly really perplexed by that one, and I need some of the Gen Zers to verify. Do you guys remember having the little fruit shapes, or do you remember that always being spherical? Because what was the point of that? That was honestly kind of crazy of them to like rip away the only good part about the cereal. I mean, no, the cereal tasted good, but like, come on. Speaking of tricks, I also remember that the rabbit never got the tricks in any of the commercials. 100,000% he never got the tricks cereal. Tell me why he did. Several times. There were several times where the rabbit actually did, in fact, get the trick cereal. No. Absolutely not. Why are they fucking with tricks? I don't know. Alright, the next Mandela effect has to do with fast food, which, if you look at me, you probably know I definitely dabble in fast food. There's literally a Popeyes that I pass every single day, and I 100,000% remember there being an apostrophe in the logo. Tell me why there's not. Tell me why there's not. What the fuck do you mean by that? And I need someone who's like a very big Popeyes stan to verify this, because I could not believe that when I saw it. All right, the next Mandela effect is one that we've talked about before, but it has some new proof to it, and it is all about the Volkswagen logo. So I grew up having a Volkswagen. Like, that was my first two cars that I had as a teenager were a Jetta. I loved my little Volkswagen, and I always remember the VW just being connected. VW. There was no space between the V and the W, 100,000%. But in fact, there's always been a space. Always. If you look back at old logos, factually, there's been a space. But this person recently recorded their car that is like an old VW like van, and it has no space on the tires.
Folks, if there is no Mandela effect, and the Volkswagen logo has always been with a gap, as the Mandela effect deniers say, here, this is actually QTV's van. Q, say hello from the shifty Mandela van. As you can see right here, original Volkswagen hubcap on a 1974 Volkswagen bus. It has not reality shifted. It no brake. If there's always been a brake, and there's no Mandela effect, and we're all just crazy, what do we have here?
So is that proof that the Mandela effect is real? I think so. All right, the next Mandela effect I want to go into is about Mickey Mouse having a tail. We've talked about this eons ago, but I never remember Mickey Mouse, or Minnie Mouse for that matter, having a tail. They definitely didn't ever have a tail. And I was researching this. I was really deep diving into this conspiracy theory because I saw someone talk about it on TikTok recently. I definitely don't remember Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse having a tail whatsoever, but they do. They have a little thin fucking rat tail, piece of spaghetti ass shit. Don't know what that is. But what's strange to me is, upon further research here, Goofy doesn't have a tail. Explain to me that. Riddle me that. I don't remember Goofy having a tail. But it makes more fucking sense for him to have a tail as a dog. Why can't we see Goofy's tail through his pants, but we can see Mickey and Minnie's tail through their dress and pants? What is that? Why is that? Who designed it? No. Minnie, Mickey, and Goofy never had a tail. The only one who ever had a tail was frickin' Pluto. I know it. I'm so pissed by this. And even if you look at Disneyland, like the actual mascots, like the people in the costumes at Disneyland, they do not have tails. What? Where are these tails coming from? Where? I don't know, but they need to put them back on Curious George, because he doesn't have a tail, and he should. He absolutely should. In my head, he does. Let me know what you remember, because that actually kind of tripped me out, because I was like, what? Why would they not add a tail to Goofy if they were going to add a tail to Mickey and Minnie? Like, that just kind of doesn't make sense, right? I don't know. The next Mandela effect I want to talk about is about the 2 astronauts that are still currently stuck in space. I guess a lot of people remember them returning home, even though they still haven't. I don't really think I agree with this Mandela effect, because I'm still just like, my brain can't compute why they're there and why they can't get them back. Like, honestly, like, it just stresses me out. I can't think of outer space. I don't want to know it. I don't care about her. Okay? But I don't remember them coming back, because I think I would feel a little bit better. Like, I think a part of me feels uneasy that there are people just in outer space that are just stuck there. Like, I really don't like that. So I personally don't remember them coming back, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts because there was a huge amount of people on TikTok and just the internet overall that really remember them coming back already, but sadly that is not true. All right, the next Mandela effect, we've talked about the Ford logo before, about how no one remembers there being a little curly Q in the Ford logo, and most people remember it just looking like this, but of course it does actually have a curly Q. The reason I'm bringing it up now is because the Ford logo is actually like based off of Henry Ford's signature, and if you look at that man's signature, there ain't no curly Q. There's no curly Q in the F, like where it is in the Ford logo. So why would they base it off a signature that literally looks like the logo that we all remember? That makes no sense. I kind of feel like that's low-key a little bit of proof. Let me know though, because like that actually blew my mind a bit. I just feel like if you're gonna base it off a signature, you're gonna get it pretty accurate, and the Ford logo with no curly Q that we all remember looks so much more like Henry Ford's signature. It's insane. All right, this next Mandela effect is one that has been freaking me out for a really long time, but I saw it trending on TikTok, so I think, again, new audience, a lot of people forgot about it. It's the fact that Converse have never had, in our lifetimes, the logo on the outside of the sneaker. Converse are always inside. The logo, the little All-Stars logo is inside the sneaker. There's no way this could be real. The Converse logo is on the outside of the shoe. This drives me nuts. Nuts. The next Mandela effect is one that I personally don't know because I don't watch Adventure Time. Well, actually, I kind of feel like this really is a Mandela effect because it's something that I swear I've seen before. But I've never seen Adventure Time. I know that that show has like a huge cult following, but I've never really been into it, or, well, I don't know. I've never tried to watch it. But anyway, I know I've seen the gay ones. I think they're gay in the show, or maybe people just ship them. Is it canon? Let me know. But like the pink one and like the vampire one, love it. However, I always remember Marceline wearing a gray t-shirt and like red and black flannel. Like I've definitely seen pictures of her wearing a gray t-shirt and a red and black flannel, 100,000 fucking %. And I don't even watch the show, and I swear I've seen that before. The bitch has never worn a red and black flannel. She's never worn a flannel. Never. What the fuck is that? I've seen it. And I don't even watch the show. I watch edits of the Bubblegum Princess and her. Someone who's a big Adventure Time fan is going to have to verify this one for me because I feel like that's wrong. All right, the next Mandela effect I want to talk about is about Dolly Parton's husband. I swear that Dolly Parton's husband died a couple of years ago. I remember this happening very vividly and feeling really bad for Dolly, but this just happened like a few weeks ago, and I'm so perplexed here, and I saw a lot of other people on Reddit agree with me that they also remember Dolly Parton's husband dying many years ago. But I need to know your guys' thoughts on this because when I saw that he died, I was so confused. I actually thought that the news report was saying that Dolly Parton died because I was like, her husband's already dead. It's making me feel crazy. Please let me know. The next Mandela effect, I always remember this specific place being called the Marianas Trench. Marianas, plural. 100,000 fucking %. Tell me why it's always just been the Mariana Trench. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. And I saw it on Reddit. I saw many people talk about it. And guess what? There's a fucking band in Canada called Marianas Trench. With the plural. Why would they have named their band after something and spelt it wrong? That makes no sense. Please let me know what you guys remember because that one actually hurt my fucking brain. I can't lie. All right, the last Mandela effect I want to talk about is probably one that has messed me up the most in a long time. Okay, so I've never seen White Lotus, but there is a popular sound of Jennifer Coolidge that went viral a while ago, but it's still used to this day. What does she say in it? She says, these gays are trying to kill me. 100,000 %. That's what she said. Why has it always been these gays, they're trying to murder me?
Please, these gays, they're trying to murder me.
No, it was always kill. I know it so vividly in my head that it was kill. The fact that it was these gays, they're trying to murder me. That sounds so wrong. It sounds so wrong when I listen to her say it. I honestly didn't believe it. When I read this on Reddit, I was like, there's fucking no way. And so I scrolled back, went on TikTok, and sure enough, these gays are trying to murder me. Wrong. I quote this all of the time, and I always say, the gays, they're trying to kill me. Please let me know what you remember, especially if you're a White Lotus fan and you watched the show, let us know. But I swear it was kill. Like, I would have bet my life savings on that, but I guess I would have lost. Anyway, that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below any Mandela effects that you want to talk about and what you guys thought about these ones. Also, let us know any Mandela effects that you have that are personal. I feel like I love reading personal Mandela effect stories because obviously, like, no one else can specifically relate to it in your life, but it's so crazy when it happens to you. Like, I've had so many different experiences of things of Mandela effects happening just to me personally, and it drives me nuts. But anyway, that is it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe for new videos every week, and I will see you guys later. Bye.